So today I'm going to try my third attempt at doing what seems to be the most cursed format ever, just because I've had bad luck every time. Even here as we start, it was having like some sort of pink screen issue on the capture, so I had to restart the console, and then every time I log in, it makes me do some like first time console setup, which I never used to do before with this, but maybe just because I haven't used it in so long, or I must have put some setting on. But basically, this is my third episode of doing the PS Plus Gauntlet. So the first episode last Wednesday, this has been like a whole comedy of errors basically, but now it should be fine. Last Wednesday on my random format that I do, whatever Wednesday, I just play any random thing. I thought, okay, here's a good chance to introduce it. So I went through and I looked through my whole library of every game on PlayStation that I've ever gotten through PS Plus that is free technically, even though I still have to pay for PS Plus actively to be able to, if I want to use it. So technically it's sort of a bit of a trick. Yes, it's free, but you still have to pay for it. Kind of ironic, like you have to be subscribed to PS Plus. But the point is that I'm going to go through every single game that I had gotten. It was from around 2013, but there are a lot of breaks in there, whether it be because I unsubscribed at some point, so I didn't get the monthly games, or I was just too lazy to add them to my library, even if I was subscribed. There was like a 6-month period like that where I was subscribed to PS Plus, but you don't see me adding any new games in there because we get to see like my whole transaction history. So it ends up being like, what is that 6-month blank? You were still paying for it, but I just forgot about it and didn't bother to unsubscribe. One of the true evils of modern society is the whole auto renew type shenanigans that every company and every subscription service does, right? That's such a clown, terrible thing to do. I'll tell you if I want to fucking auto subscribe. You don't need to, so many things you pay for 1 month, but it'll force you to do that. And then if you forget about it, you just have to not be so lazy not to go back in and do it, turn it off. But yeah, episode 1, I basically just looked through my whole past of games. Every single one I went through, from 2013 to now, every single PS Plus game I had added, but then I was still intending to play one, but then it didn't work because it was like Frozen Synapse Prime, which wasn't available anymore apparently, or I was doing it on the PS5, looking through my past history, so you couldn't play Frozen Synapse Prime or Loft Rosers or Escape Plan on there because these are such old games that they don't even work on the PS5. So then I said, fuck it, okay, we'll just make that a kind of a review episode where I'm just looking at what I have. Then the second one I did on Saturday, my also other flexible format where I kind of just do random games, different ones every week, like not my other days like on a fixed schedule, where it's the same thing every day. So on Saturday, I tried to do my first PS Vita stream ever because that was to try one of these games as well. But then Frozen Synapse Prime didn't work, so I did Escape Plan instead. And then, this was another troll moment. Like I at least showed like, okay, here's how I could stream from the Vita by using like a little shitty webcam and just doing it in front of that and using the audio without a headphone, just on the speaker, so you can hear it that way. So that was a good excuse to do it, at least with a super old game that happened to be on there with the Vita that I forgot honestly that I even had. As much as I don't use consoles, that's one that not only have I never used it, I almost don't even remember getting it or having it. So, and I gotten it like maybe only a couple years ago. It's not like I got it when it was current, but like some sort of used refurbished one at GameStop or some shit that was like cheap. So I thought, oh, let me just try it. And the point is that, so we went to do that Escape Plan. So the first 3 entries that I had added, I'm going like from the oldest to the newest that I have, at least. Not, you could go through every single one ever that's been on there, but that defeats the whole purpose that they're not free. So this is kind of in the same spirit as other formats that I did before, where you go through like a whole library of games and every single one is permadeath, so you're doing it in like a quick, high stakes, high risk, high reward sort of thing. Like either you're just going to play the game for the first time and beat it and then move on to the next one, so you get a lot of variety either way, or you're going to die and then you move on to the next one. So everything is like very, very just high stakes. You would go into, I've done it in Steam, the Steam Gauntlet, where I go through every single game I have on Steam and do some sort of format like that. I've done it on Xbox Game Pass. I was doing it like where I go through every single game on the Game Pass in order. And again, it's going to take a long time to get through it, but that's, the point isn't just to get through it. The point is, whatever, it gives you like a good variety and encourages you to play other games and stuff like that. And of course, for all intents and purposes, it's free because you own all the games on Steam already, or you at least are just paying for the Game Pass, but not every individual game, or even here, these are things that I already own through this, so I don't have to worry about it. And so, yeah, on Wednesday, I thought I was going to play something, but because the first entries on there, all of them, were all not playable on PS5, I got cucked, so I couldn't do it. So I just looked through the list the whole time and just recapped on it, right? So that was Frozen Synapse Prime is the first one, then Loft Rosers, then the third one is like Escape Room, then fourth is SteamWorld Dig, fifth is like Binding of Isaac Rebirth, right? It goes something like that as far as the first ones I added. Then on Saturday, I tried, okay, let's do the PS Vita one, and we'll get something to work. But then I go into it, and then even though I have everything on there that was playable downloaded, which was, Escape Plan, not Escape Room. Escape Plan was on there already downloaded. For some reason, it wouldn't work. So I had to delete it and then reinstall it, and it downloaded kind of super slow on the Wi-Fi for whatever reason. That must be some issue with the system, not my internet, even though the fact that you're streaming while doing it. So then I waited like half an hour for that to download. I had to delete it, reinstall it. Then I played it for like only 5 minutes, and I just went to like the second room and died there, and I counted that as a death because it doesn't give you like super clear feedback that you're gaming over. But that was at least a good excuse to do the first PS Vita stream, but that didn't go. And I'm not even looking at that as the negative element, right? Because then I could have done something else. But because I had to re-download it, I was like, okay, fine, fuck it. So now finally, I just was going to do Left Rousers here. Right, because we kind of went a little bit out of order just to skip ahead and do it on the PS Vita. Even though this was showing up on there, I didn't get it as part of the Plus, apparently. Right, I only have it on here. I didn't even know I had this one on here, though. Frozen Synapse Prime. This is the one that I was actually looking for to do first, and I couldn't find it on the store, even on here, so I don't get it. It's delisted from the store, but because I already have it downloaded, not even because I have it added to the library, I guess, because I have it downloaded for whatever weird OCD reason that like, oh, let me just try it, I probably thought. I completely forgot I even had this on here. So we could do this one instead of Left Rousers, I guess, but the point being that those are the first 5. So we did Escape Room on the Vita, we died. Now we'll go back to the beginning. Normally I want to go in order, but that was just an exception. So now we'll do Frozen Synapse Prime, then we'll do Synapse. I keep saying Synapse or something else. Frozen Synapse Prime. Then we'll do Left Rousers. Then we'll do SteamWorld Dig, which I don't think I would have that on here, but that could be on PS4 or something else. And then Binding of Isaac Rebirth again, even though I played that before. So normally it'll be a first playthrough Permadeath if I've never played it. Like both of these would qualify for that. But the other one that I could do with it, other format I could do with it, is if it's something I have played before, like Binding of Isaac or whatever, I could just do it in some other sense. I could do some other hard mode type of format with it. But the point is, these series can go on for a very long amount of time. So it doesn't mean that, just because there's so many games in this that you're going to get through it, or that you're in a hurry to get through it, or anything like that. So what I'll do is I'll actually try this instead. And so at least now we have 2 options in case one doesn't work. This system has a feature that automatically uploads new save data to storage online. Don't really care about that. Yeah, I've never played this game before. It has some sort of asynchronous multiplayer type thing that was taken offline a few years ago. So that's why I thought the game itself was taken offline. Sometimes when you go into a game from the menu to the video capture, it fucks up. Latest update for the software, even though it's delisted and you can't even get it on the shop, like it won't show up on the shop on PS3 or whatever. I guess it's only playable on PS3, but it will show up on the shop on PS Vita. But then I still had to buy it, even though I'm using the same account on which it should have been free from PS Plus. And so therefore, yeah, the point was that this has just been really hard to get to work the first couple times, but I'll try to do it maybe on a regular basis, or maybe I won't, because whatever, like we've left the Xbox Game Pass thing hanging too, right? We got to the letter A, like we started at the letter A and we got down to like Arc, and now that Arc series is still going on. So the point is, it takes on a life of its own. With some of these games, it could take me a long time to get through them. But then again, that I've sort of cheated my format a little bit somewhat. With Anthem, I said, okay, every javelin gets its own life, not just like one life for your character. And then with Arc, I've said, okay, if I die, I can't respawn, so I have to create a new character, but it doesn't mean that the playthrough is over. With these ones, I'll try to stay true to it, where like if I die, the playthrough is actually over and that's it, and we move on to the next game, because that's kind of part of the point and the strength of it, is that it is the only way that you play a game for a long time is it means that you're going to have to beat it, right? There's no halfway where it's like, oh no, I get another chance, or it's just very, very extreme. And sometimes I'll make an exception just if it's like a sequel to something that I haven't played. So like some sequel of something like Horizon Forbidden West is on there, but not Zero Dawn. So therefore I wouldn't want to do, oh, this actually did work. Adjust the play area to fit the TV display. Plus or minus 10, this should be fine. So I don't even know what genre this is. I like to go into stuff truly, truly blind. But it had some online capability that clearly I assume you won't be able to do. It is kind of cool that I even have it. In fact, I almost want to see, like, it makes no sense. So does that mean if I didn't have it on here already, Actually, before we start, I'm actually going to check that. Does that mean if I didn't have it downloaded already on here, not that I own it, does that mean then that I would have, wait, it's not even letting me leave. And I'm using a PS4 controller because my PS3 controller was spazzing out. Or I'll check it after, but that's so weird. I might not have been able to play it unless I had it downloaded because it's not even showing up on the store. Right? So when I go to look for it, even though I have it on my system as I'm looking, I can't find it on the store. The menu scroll almost seems a little bit laggy. Is this because of the online element, or is it just supposed to be like that? So we'll do it like on the highest difficulty too, I guess, if there is such a thing. Voice chat, open, close. I'm surprised it even has that. This is a pretty old game. How would that work on the Vita? Does the Vita have like a mic built in? Unit markers, or see, even this will spoil kind of what we're... Is it gonna be like Agario where you control these little squares and try to... I don't fucking know, something simple like that. I don't even want a tutorial. Yeah, let's just see what'll happen. I assume the multiplayer just doesn't work. My match is 0, quick match doesn't work. You currently have 0 matches waiting your turn. I don't know what it is. It's making it seem like a board game or something, like where it's just some sort of turn-based. Before you begin the campaign, we strongly recommend you play through a short tutorial mission. I mean, I guess you should be allowed to do that since the stakes are so high, but that's the one trade-off. You can do the tutorial, but you can't. But if you die... Oh, actually, let me change my category too. If you die, then the tutorial is over. Or, I mean, the playthrough is over. So if you die during the... You can do a tutorial, but if you die during the tutorial, that counts towards the run. So that's the risk you have to take. So do you want to go in blind with no tutorial, but do you also want to risk dying? I mean, I guess you'd have a better chance of surviving in the tutorial than just going in blind without knowing what you're doing. Frozen Synapse Prime, 98 followers on this. So even that I fucked up by doing the wrong category because I just noticed I had this actually already on here. But one thing I'm very curious about before, why wouldn't it let me go back to the main home menu? Maybe the PS button just doesn't work on here on the... Whatever, I won't worry about it. So tactics and training formations. So you need a briefing, So this is the battlefield. Your units are the blue ones. There are several unit types to command. This is a machine gunner, decent all around the field. Is this like a tower defense game? Basically, enemy units are red, which would have been fun to try in multiplayer, obviously, too. I can't tell whether the audio is necessarily too high either, but when it's music, like it's different with every game and every console that you use, so it's hard to judge. You can pan the camera with right, give it a go. Okay. You can also zoom in with R2, probably zoom out with L2. But he hasn't introduced that yet. I'm so smart. Zoom out with L2. This is pretty cool aesthetically. Good, I'll show you the cursor. You'll use it to select the units and give them commands. Try to move the cursor with L. The sensitivity is kind of low though. That might be one thing I have to change. As I always say, the higher the sensitivity is, the better you are, whether it be in a shooter or not. Like just, oh, you know, clearly the better gamer you are, you're doing things faster, so you need higher sensitivity to keep up with your excellent pace. Bell Aqua. Pretty interesting name. To order your units, first thing you need waypoints and create paths for them to run along. So it's going to be turn-based, obviously, the way that the menu was suggesting. Place the cursor. That is actually one of my favorite things. Either like guessing what a game is. Like I go into a game completely blind, not knowing anything besides the name of it. And so sometimes I'll guess like what it's going to be, or, you know, just be surprised even by what the genre is. Like what was something where I guessed it horribly wrong what it was going to be. I thought that there was some game I played recently that I had guessed, oh, it must be like a something, and then oh, like Helldivers, the original Helldivers. I thought it would be a third person over the shoulder shooter, but it was like a top down shooter in like the perspective of like the old GTAs or something like that. Place the cursor in the flashing zone and press X to add a waypoint. Yeah, this fucking sensitivity, that's going to be my excuse if I die. Already making excuses. To move a waypoint, alter a path. Move your cursor over it and hold X to pick it up and drag it. Why can't I just like choose this one outright though? You alter it from there to there. Most missions will last for several turns. Each turn lasts 5 seconds, that's it. You can never be certain of what your opponent will do in their turn, but you can preview what might happen with the time bar. Let's open the time bar with the square. It is pretty cool that the PS4 controller... No, that doesn't count. Fuck. Like, it could be permadeath for each unit, too. But, I mean, you'll have to use some of the same unit types over and over, but it's like there could be some sort of internal thing with that too. Like if I lose X number of a unit, then I can never use that unit again, but you shouldn't worry about that. It just means if you lose the level altogether, however that might happen. But what's interesting about these first playthrough permadeaths at times is I'll go into it saying, okay, it's a first playthrough permadeath, then it's blind. And so I'm actually lying because it might not have any failure state. Like I'll play a story game that, what was that? Memoir Blue. For the world's first playthrough permadeath clear of a Memoir Blue, because I went into it saying it's a first playthrough permadeath because I don't know that it doesn't have a failure state, because how could I know that? Because I've never played it before. So then it's not my fault. I'm technically correct in going into it saying that, even if it's not possible to die. It looks like your plan isn't the best intentions for a machine gunner. At least you can see the importance of testing your plans first. You're the one who told me to do it though, dude. We haven't committed the turn yet, so there's time. Wait, but you just saw what happened. You can see like hypothetically what would have happened. So you can change something. Wait, what can you do? Close the time bar. Let's talk combat. The outcome of fights factors in range, aiming, range, cover, and stillness. A standing unit standing behind a wall has advantage over a unit running through open space. Hell, why don't we make them walk then? Just do a tiptoe mechanic instead of just running. Right, telling our unit to look at an enemy will unsurprisingly give them the advantage in this firefight. We can do this by assigning aim or sweep commands. Let's apply aim. L1 to display the command wheel. And this actually has a lot of fucking depth to it already. Like, come on. This is awesome, actually. This would have been cool to play online, but you never get to again. The fun of online games in the modern era, but at least you can play it in this form. This is the command wheel. It contains all the commands to give your units. But yet this game was simple enough and casual enough to be on the PS Vita. Not that that really matters for anything, but you know, it would be like you'd have like 100 games of it going on at once, and you just, you know, make one move per day, do like a correspondence game online. That's what it made it seem like, because it's like, oh, you have X number of games waiting for you to make a move. Use the left stick to aim command at the top commands of the wheel and press X to select it. L to highlight the aim command. Okay. Aim commands are applied to waypoints. That means when the unit reaches the waypoint, they'll look and aim in the direction you told them to do so. Place an aim command in the flashing zone with X. This will order your unit to aim at the enemy. Well done. Press square to confirm the command. We could be cutting this plan a bit fine. Let's make sure. Move the cursor over to check his cone of vision. So why don't you... Enemy is going to get the jump on us, yeah. Why don't you put it a little bit to the left where you could still get the attack on him, even though maybe the wall blocks you. We'd have to see how many... This is a Valorant where you can shoot through walls. The enemy is going to get the jump on us, or you needs to be aiming at him before stepping in the red cone of vision. Let's move that aim command back. To do this, use the lock path button to lock the path and allow you to slide and move waypoints along it. Activate lock path with R1. I don't know what that means. Like, now I don't know what I did. Now slide the last waypoint in the flashing zone. I don't understand actually what's happening now. Great, that should give a unit the advantage. Like, it was the same concept of what I was saying we should do, but I don't know what the R1 actually did. Once you prime a turn, there's no going back. You'll commit your unit's plans against the enemy. Prime the turn with this. Are you sure you want to prime this turn? I mean, he's telling me to do it. Outcome, turn 1, view outcome. But we got other units to worry about too. So now he'll stop there. This is actually pretty awesome. And you get to see it all zoomed in like that. That's cool. The essentials. Okay, you got 1 versus 3. Boom, nice shot. Want to see it again. Let's watch the recorded kill cam. Hover the cursor and press X. Okay. Be kind of a troll thing to do in a multiplayer game, like you're just sitting there, you know, haha, I just killed you. They know, even if they don't have to see it too when you're looking at it, right? Just the fact that you're taking so long. But then again, every turn is 5 seconds, so I don't know what that means. Like, I guess we don't have to worry about that as much because it's single player, but maybe it will still come into play later, because that's very short. If I have to like make all those decisions in 5 seconds. Okay, now let's take out the other enemy. The sweep command will be a good tactic here. The aim command tells your unit to aim in a particular direction, but the sweep command tells your unit to aim at a particular point on the map. Open the command wheel. Highlight sweep command, press X to select it. Okay. Sweep command functions like the aim command. Cursor over the flashing zone and press X. our unit will sweep around the zone. Now, those flashing things won't always be there, though, right? This is just for the sake of the tutorial. Or maybe it will. Sweep around this point. Let's add a waypoint. Press X inside the flashing zone. No, let's prime this turn and watch what happens. Okay, fine. I'd be much more careful if it was actually me doing it, but I'll take his word for it. The shape forms are deliberating. That's what they're calling us. I mean, this is just an attrition thing, right? Where if they get to you all at once, they can't possibly beat you. But like in every story, right? Like where Shadow of Mordor or Batman or something, they all take turns fighting you. Like the way to beat the hero here is just, oh, you all just gang up on him at once. So move backwards and just wait for him to come to you, right? Rather than just standing there. Nice, that went surprisingly well. On to turn 3. Those 2 guards are going to be a problem. We are unlikely to survive rushing in all guns blazing. Let's see what would happen. Move our unit into the flashing zone. Okay, create a waypoint there. I would almost go back or something here now and wait for them to come to me, guerrilla warfare style. Preview the turn with the time bar and witness the carnage. This almost seems like a cheese, though. You shouldn't be able to preview because the whole point is that, you know, I don't know. How would you lose that? Unit, because you'll always know whether you're going to potentially lose. Units will engage any enemies they see by default, but in this instance, those guards have tactical advantage. Need to plan carefully. The dash command will force our unit to ignore enemies and continue to run along their path. Let's try the dash command. So these are openings through which they can shoot, which I guess I didn't even realize. Those little white areas. I thought they would still have to run around. So we have to do the dash command, close the time bar, open the command wheel, issue the dash command on the first waypoint to force the unit to run past the window without engaging those guards. But how? Like, dash command has become dash. Fine, to indicate the unit will dash to that next waypoint. Close the command wheel, prime the turn, and we'll see what difference dash makes. But it's not that I'm engaging, it's that they're engaging. Like, they can still shoot me as I go. How can you just do that? What? That's not a dash, dude. That's a fucking power walk, if anything. What is that shit? You should be showing moving a little bit faster. Made it. Dashing is a great way to run between cover, keep your units alive. The way they portrayed that was not very convincing, though. The next guard's window is much longer. Dashing won't help, but our unit could duck and sneak past unseen. Moving whilst ducking is slower, but oh yeah, really even slower than that? Keep your unit safe in situations like this. Is it a guaranteed safe thing, though? I mean, like, is there a chance you might still get hit? Presumably, you're going to have more units than just this one, though. That is the whole point. So then you wouldn't be as worried. You're not going to lose until they all die. Or until maybe, like, one commander unit dies, like in Fire Emblem or something. Close the weapon. Okay, close the wheel. Place a new waypoint in the... Well, I'm glad I did the tutorial, because there's no way you'd be able to fucking do this. The paths have become clear. Now indicate they will duck. Wait, did I even say they're gonna duck? Are you sure you want to prime? Wait. I don't know. I think I did it at the beginning, but now I already forgot. Fuck.
System primed.
Shape forms are deliberating. I wouldn't think it would let you lose here, even though it technically made you lose at the beginning. You are ducking there, so if it's too long of a thing, you duck, otherwise you can dash. But why couldn't you duck in the other one, for example? Would it then have not worked for some reason? Stealthy, well, like, why not just duck in every situation then? Windows cover are just high enough for units to duck behind. Units in cover are much harder, but they can still get hit, that means. Giving them the advantage in firefights. Controlling the cover in a map could be the difference between victory and defeat. Moving on, let's finish this up, open the command wheel again. Unit is still dashing and ducking at once. We need to cancel those commands if he's going to breach that guard's room successfully and take them both out. Let's turn him back into a killing machine. First, we can use the engage command to get him firing on sight again. Select the engage command, okay. Good, now issue the stand command to get him back to his feet. Okay. I assume all of these will be available at any time when you're not actually in the tutorial. Close the command wheel. Okay, let's move our units to flashing zone. Gotta jump on these guards. Create a waypoint. And finally, prime. I almost might not have gone that far in, though. I can't. Like, I don't know how much freedom you have. Could I have gone a little bit further back, like how we learned in the beginning? Just that. Now, this is even still a bad idea because now you have two guys. So you'll shoot one of them, but then the other one will kill you. You're actually gonna die here. How do you do that? You shoot the first one, the other one should notice you and turn and then kill you. That's kind of bullshit. Strategically, the way this is kind of being portrayed, you shouldn't have gotten the hit on the second one. The second one should have gotten the hit on you because it takes you a certain amount of time. That's like a game theory failing. You get the jump on one, but in the time it takes you to get that jump, the other one would have time to react and turn towards you and shoot you. Victory rank 3, okay. You know the basic controls, commands, however, there's still things if you want to become a master tactician. I guess I should do it, but I won't do it. I'll try to figure those out in the course of the game. Welcome to the Nashar Institute Administration System. Terms and conditions. The Nashar Institute, an incorporated subdivision of the Enyo Nomad Corporation, accepts no responsibility for data loss resulting from the termination procedure. No claim may be made with regards to long-term fluctuations of psychological operating parameters, nor for mental trauma experience during the process itself, as these are standard feature of any of our primary care packages. Anything you cannot handle is therefore your own problem. The Enyo Nomad Corporation undertakes to use any personal data captured during the process only for the following purposes: advertisement, allocation of individual ballots during vote proxy procedures, statistical analysis for the purpose of redistribution of wealth, shape form simulation, and accountability forecasting. Enyo Nomad, our future is in your hands. Your future is in our hands. I thought at first this might be referring to the delisting. You cannot sue us for mental trauma caused by data loss of us delisting the game online for all the hundreds of hours that you might have put into it. Institution thanks you for your custom. Commencing deconstruction in 5. Wait, before you go, we should talk. This is Markov Geist. It's an easy to forget, a vast organization known as Enyo Nomad rules here. The splinter group Petrov Shard challenges. Markov Geist is proud to be the owner of two realities, the real and the shape. The shape began as a simple network, now it is the idea of the city. Partly, or man, I can't even read this. Humans own the real shapeforms own the shape. And you've decided there's nothing left here for you, reasonable under the circumstances. My name is Charon's Palm, remember. I'm the one who's going to kill you. After all, that's what you want. I just wanted to say I'm a big fan of your work. Now, where are we? Where were we? Ah, yes. 2, 1. Oh, yeah, he was still counting. Good one. Belacqua. Hang on. Link nodes fritzing out on me all over the place there. So what he's saying, he's a fan of my permadeath runs, even though he's saying he's going to kill me, and he's cocky enough to think he can end one of them. Sorry for breaking up the party, but I'm running things very close to the wire here. I need a bit of help. They say you're the go-to guy. I realize this isn't the way it's done, but could you play along maybe? I'll cover for you, don't worry. Oh, just in case, we should give you a new name. How does tactics grab you? So yeah, tactics keep scum. What does that even mean? Keep SCHTUM. I'll do the talking. That's my specialty. He knows I'm called the Quiet Gamer, even though I haven't been that at all lately. Let's get on the road, Adams. Nashar the Rescue. Now, is there some kind of difficulty setting or something? Because if there was, I would absolutely... We got a little news broadcast here. Syndicated news. CEO Nimitz Shand pledges increased education funding. Is that it? Or will there be a different one maybe if we wait and keep going? There'll be like 100 different ones and we'll sit here the whole time to read all of them. Tech, Shapeform Council petitions to allow human shapeform marriage. I was going to say relationships or something. Okay, very progressive society here that we have. But yeah, there are some pretty cool things about the mechanics. It would have been especially fun possibly in a multiplayer sense. Syndicated news, Enyo Nomad services. Oh shit, I actually am gonna feel tempted to do this now. Services used in 82% of Markov Geist home survey says. Why does it have to scroll so slow though if there's gonna be this like a doki doki moment? N3, Blue Sunlight report attendance at weekly meetings up 12%. Like this is in Pokemon Y when I played that for the first time and I sit there the first episode just reading the TV and watching every single thing on the TV the whole, for like an hour because there's that many messages. We exhaust it until it repeats. Or in Doki Doki where we get to like the end and we read every single thing that Monica has to say where she keeps going on these tangents. Okay, I'll assume it's looping. But there'll be some algorithm to it where no, technically it'll loop certain ones, but there's still other ones you haven't seen. So to truly see all of them would be like an impossible feat. So X is going to be zoom in. I've got a line on getting us a decent ops commander, and here's the place to start. Now, is this going to be somehow different than text shapeform council petitions to allow humans in shapeform marriages? About Petrov Shard, the shape, a simple introduction, history of Markov Geist. Petrov Shard, basic overview. I'm more a fan of Petrov's whatever the fuck from chess, actually. Playing a manly game. Is this a manly game? I don't really know anything about it, actually. Graham Nix formed Petrov Shard after his less than amicable split with Enyo Nomad. His aim was to create an independent organization to prevent the monopolization of political power by any single entity. A vast network of underworld contacts combined with a certain fast-paced adaptability meant that Petrov Shard quickly grew into a key player in the ecology of Markov Geist. Nix's experience with shapeforms allowed him to win the favor of Belacula, a renegade research construct gone bad who has been excised from his former role due to his abrasive personality. The shape began as a communications network, complex servers ricocheting data over tense wires. With a combination of wireless technology and organic computation, the possibilities spiraled. Soon, connecting to the shape became as neutral as breath. It was allowed to pervade life. Shape, descriptors, devices, or entities which radiate the shape sprang up throughout the city. Originally, human operators required training to fully utilize the shape. Then the Nomad Group introduced Friend, a system which diluted the experience into something much more accessible. Everything getting dumbed down, just like in games. Or wait, was there more to maybe scroll through? An analogy for game design overall. Oh, I think we didn't. Sprang up throughout the city. Okay, Friend diluted it. A fully immersive virtual reality caused dissonance for many. Compulsive shape users retreated into the real world, into a world comprised solely of abstract ideals and projections. History of Markov Geist. Markov Geist is an uncomfortable fusion like any city. Corteca at the heart. Corteca glass angles, reinforcement, callous architecture deployed by successive generations of algorithms. The panel-lit flatness of a world designed to be overlaid with daily infographics. Anyone choosing to walk here does it as an indulgence, no doubt, and meshed with the shape, consulting with their shapeform strategist. Breitling. To the northwest, Breitling, the university acts as the city's central nexus of knowledge. The architecture is some of the oldest in the city, mostly human-built, expensive and complex. Denshin. Many consider Denshin to be the true heart of Markov Geist, the largest human concentration of the cluster of cities here. Torpor. Many expected this to be the great home of towering arcologies, or riven with underground habitation. Instead, dereliction and loss, the callous of dead industry. Pockets of population rove and rebuild. The great glass Cortican eye occasionally casts its gaze across it. Presumably, it sees potential. Texas. The blasted remains of the great dream of the middle classes, suburbia. At first, the decay of poor maintenance of cheaply made houses, then riots, the ghettos, the plague, and the great fires of clearance. Okay, you got some flavor text there. I've got some line on getting us decent ops commander. Okay. The shard is green 7. This is shard green 7. We're I'm having trouble reading in this game for some reason. We're a cell belonging to Petrov Shard. Okay, start. We manage our combat atoms. We manage our combat operations according to Petrov's Prism philosophy. Small groups of VAT form units, known as systems, controlled entirely by tactical data sent via the shape. VAT forms know how to walk and fire a gun. We give them a crossword to solve and they'll probably eat it. I'm comms. Atoms is support. Your tactics. A good one. We have a couple of low-level tacticians on the grid as well that will help out. We're going to need a decent ops commander. I found one who isn't totally inept, but we have to reach her first. Her name is Kate Soulsby. She's our double agent, been working in this natural research in Torpor and Enyo facility. We need to break her out of one of the buildings to get her out. Piece of cake. Minor tacticians will control the systems initially. If we hit any difficult choke points, Belacula will patch you in. I'm making it sound like it's some sort of a... trying to say like it's Dracula. Belacqua. I don't know how you're actually supposed to say it. As soon as I set up the link, Enyo Nomad tracking routines will be eating us eating away at us. The more time we take, the more time they'll have to crack our codes. Whenever you're ready. I don't know what the 5 seconds thing was though that they were talking about. Like, I don't want that to actually be an issue where I only have 5 seconds to make a move. That would be so stupid. It's supposed to be a turn-based game where you can play it in like correspondence form, where you can have like 100 games waiting for you to make your move. Right, I'm dropping you in. Here's our first choke point. Clear out all the enemy forces in the area so we can go deeper in the Nashua base and extract our double agent. Turn 1 of 15. Highlight a unit. There doesn't seem to be a time limit here, or I don't get it. That's something to do with like once the turn actually starts. 5 seconds is like how long they move for. So we see somebody hiding around the corner there. What does this thing do? Your squad is awaiting orders. No. Okay, so you have to go here first, and then you have to kind of give a command, and then it'll go somewhere. I thought we sometimes would make him go somewhere first, and then like it's not letting me choose a place to go. So what we would want to do is, like, let's say we hide around the corner here, and then we're ready to do something. Aim, increase the unit speed, but okay, so you don't want to do that yet. You want to first get into the proper duck down. You don't really need to worry about that. We can just move, right? Sweep. Where's like the dash one? Check. Momentarily check in specific direction. Targeting. Wait, I don't even see it. Duck. There's only duck. There's no dash. Or that'll be just part of the general movement when you choose it later. So like, wait, let's say we duck, but how do you actually move just overall? I don't get it. Place waypoints. Okay, so place a waypoint there. Okay, that's what we want to do first. And then we can make a decision of what to do once we're there, I guess, right? Or just like combine that into one. And so yeah, what if we just like go there? That's fine with me. But then make sure that you're you won't be ready to shoot in that situation, I guess. So if we lose the level, right, that's technically the failure state. This is what awaiting orders. Place a waypoint somewhere in that field of vision. There's nothing down here to even try to go for, so let's try to go up a little bit towards here. You have to kind of guess and predict what their movements are going to be, though. Wait, you can really just go that far, though? I don't get it. How could you possibly do that? You wouldn't necessarily want to anyway, but I thought there'd be a limit of the distance you could go to. Or now we're going at some kind of weird angle where like we'll go and then come back or something. I guess no, that's too far though, because we might run into something. Damn it, how do you like... Let's say we go to here and then you gotta like maybe duck at that point. Let's just make like a short first turn then, like that. Wait, there are other units still. Oh shit, I didn't even see them there. See, this is kind of unfair for the enemy because there's only like 3 enemies and like 5 of us. So the way they were portraying it in like the first one is like you're, you know, like a one-man army, Rambo style, whatever, and I'm taking out 5 of them by myself. Strategically, of course, even though at the end there that was totally unfair to them. So I don't fully get the waypoints and like how far you can go with them though. It's showing the blue, but that's only where he currently is. So like we can go seemingly as far as I want, or we'll go like 5 seconds worth, but then it should sort of indicate to you something else, like you'll get hit through the window there, I guess. So what if I like duck or something? Or I can go like around the outside, I don't know. Yeah, let's just go around the outside with this guy then. The distance that you can move is the biggest confusion actually, because I don't understand. Yeah, like why don't we just stay away from those ones? But then they might gang up on my other dudes here. You gotta watch out for the windows. That's gonna be a big mechanic that we have to worry about. So I keep putting too many of these in random places that I don't want them. Like let's go to here, like around the corner with that one. So now still awaiting orders. How though? Okay, switch units with this. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'm just not giving the orders like correctly in terms of the you know, what you would do. So you gotta choose their stance. But the one thing I'm not understanding is the dash. Like, what decreases the speed but increases reaction. Order to aim continuously while moving. Sweep. So that's fine, I guess. Add sweep. Okay. But you do it, and then how do you, like... Does that mean it's gonna... Okay, it's gonna lock that in, I guess. Or now it'll cancel it. Some of this I don't get. Like, when you leave the menu, is it... Let's see, we sweep. I would just sweep at all times. Or, like, why not just duck at all times, like I was saying before? Let's say that was there. So now how do you just... It's done, right? But now how do you leave without... How do you leave this without canceling that? Fuck, it keeps doing that. Okay, let me try it again. We put the sweep thing down, right? Potentially here. Then we leave it. And then we just like move to another unit, right? So I assume that sweep is kind of locked in. This guy will kind of do something similar. Aim. You only want to aim when you're sure that they're going to come into your line of vision, which I don't think here is going to happen. The sweep, targeting, unit tips, cancel orders, ignore. Ignore all the enemies on sight. And then duck if we're going through like a window, which we're not really doing. Or actually, aim continuously while moving. But then I'm going to be moving like right before that window there. And then it's almost not going to matter that I'm sweeping because there's nothing to sweep. I'm just being like maybe extra paranoid or something about it. So now we go back to here, close that, and then we'll choose the next unit and just assume that that's working. This is pretty complicated. So now here we'll do maybe the same thing. Let's just do a full sweep first move. I don't really get it. Like, so you'll go there and then you'll look and then you'll just deal with it. Whatever, let's just do it and see what happens.
System prime. Nobody
should really get, aside from the first guy on the bottom right, nobody should really get close enough to be able to hit me. But then again, I don't know how far you can really move. I don't know if the tutorial really said that. View the outcome. Oh, it should like zoom in on each one and let you see it very slow pace. But nothing really ended up happening because proceed to the next turn and keep your previous plans or remove them. And I guess we can keep them. That seems like almost like cheating if we could do that. So now this guy has the cover and everything, so we almost have to duck, I assume, by this window. But you can still get killed even if you do that, right? So we'll go to like the edge here, like always hug the corner. And then you'll say, what action do I want him to do there? I want him to aim and just like hold that position down, I guess. So aim from there, but you can't really see that to the right side there. That's the problem. Like you have to be like right on the cusp of it. Maybe that movement isn't quite what I want to do. You want to go... I don't know. You want to just be able to see it a little more, like in this direction, but no, somehow you're blocked off from potentially hitting the guy on that way. So maybe I'll just play it super safe and like I'll go like right outside of it, and then you just go there, and then you it's being kind of punishing with those angles. Like it definitely favors the guy on the right because you can't look in his direction for whatever reason. This is... What else would you do here? Aim specifically in a particular direction. Wouldn't that be kind of good? Because if you can do that... Okay, so we'll leave it like that. So he'll look in that direction. Wait, but it said aim in that direction, but will he shoot in that direction? Then this one can kind of come around and reinforce me a little bit. Let me see. We'll make this guy move around. Wait. Why is he going like that? Okay, we just want this guy to move around like the outside. So like let's say we go to here, right? And then once he's there, he can go like, I'm just kind of moving to random spots though, because I don't understand the full distance of what you can do. Aim continuously while moving, which I don't see entirely what the disadvantage of it is. Okay, so that one seems fine. Then we'll go back to here. You go back to there. And this guy, where was I trying to go? I was almost trying to go down. Right, and so we have this one guy basically surrounded almost. So since there's nobody there, we can go outside fully. And then at that point, we can say, aim continuously while moving. Decreases unit speed, but increases reactions. You just go like that, I guess. Then we go back out. And then this guy is still kind of just standing there, not really doing anything, or we didn't move as far as, I guess, what I thought. Like, what if I just sort of sit here in the corner and then he has to cross me, right? So then you'll go, I assume he's already doing it, so I'll just let that be. And so who is left that hasn't done anything? I think we did all of them.
System.
Let's just see what happens. They're not really doing a whole lot, are they? Like, what did they even do last turn? The shapeforms. Maybe that's their whole role. They're just trying to hold down their particular spot. So we killed... Wait, how did that even happen? We killed one there through the window, even though... How the fuck did he even do that? That doesn't seem fair. Wasn't I ducking just to try to get through? Well, I guess that worked out, but I thought more so we would just get by it. I'm so confused. Actually, I'm even questioning my own successes. How did we get in such a perfect position to do that? I wasn't trying to go through the window. I was trying to just get past him because I thought he had the advantage. That's kind of dumb. Okay, so now this guy, you just gotta watch out for the windows the whole time. Now this guy, you're really kind of ganging up on him, so we get a little 2v1 unfair, dishonorable thing where you kind of look in that direction. But if we go through, like, what other action could this guy do? Aiming, duck down, ignore all enemies on sight, which is not really the time to do it now. Targeting focus or ignore a specific unit, zoom, or zone. But would you even be allowed to do that? Because back momentarily in a specific direction, order the unit to aim continuously while moving, which again, I would feel like, why not just always be doing that? But let's say we target this guy. You'll just be targeting him as you go forward, but then you're also looking at the same time, right? Adjust this check command. No reason to check now. I guess I'm not understanding exactly how far, like, some of the things I'm doing on one move are being done on, like, they're just not doing it. They'll wait till the next move to do it, I guess. Let's target him, like, right there. Right, so that would be beautiful. You just target him, but then you also have to move somewhere. So where exactly are we moving with this guy? Like, what is this guy doing right now? I don't get it. Place waypoint. So like you would go, let's say we go there. Drag this waypoint. Why does it look so much smaller than normal? You don't necessarily want to go that far. So we will go here and like sort of turn the corner. And so at that point, I'll put down the targeting command that from there you can target him if it lets you. Right, that should be fine. Now maybe what will happen is if you move somewhere unexpected, that might not actually work out, but we'll kind of converge on one spot. So now it's a 2v1, which means he's just going to dome both of us and win, like how we did in the first, whatever, tutorial or something. Now you go to there, and I'll also do kind of the same thing, assuming it'll even let me. Or let's let this guy just kind of sweep. Then we have this guy coming out like from behind of this dude here. Or wait, I want to go back. There's one guy there, this guy's dead, and then you want to go towards this direction here on the bottom right. Like, let's say I didn't even account for the window being an issue like that. But this guy's not really paying attention, and so why don't we just go behind him and then say we'll go like aim continuously while moving. So just do it, and then, but he'll do it like once he gets there, I guess. I don't fully understand how some of this works, but let's go to, you know, go to there. Like, why isn't this guy doing this? I've been telling him to go there from the very beginning on like my first move. I guess I'm generally okay with it, but you just had more units than them here, so it's obviously not fair. And we got like a very unusual, almost lucky kill where we went through the window and I just randomly shot the guy when I didn't think he would even be able to do that, or I wasn't even trying to do that. They're just kind of going too easy on you, so we just kill everybody just like that, and it's no big deal. Yeah, and that one kind of makes, that one at least makes sense, because you're behind him and he's focusing on the other direction, and there's obviously one of my units in there. That could have been worse, we're through. What do you mean it could have been worse? It couldn't have possibly been better unless I just did it faster. Like, we didn't lose a single unit, we killed everybody. Hook up the tactics situation in the west corner, we'll mop up here.
Victorious.
Okay. Victory rank, I don't know if that's the best rank. We got that for the tutorial, so you would imagine, or yeah, we should almost view the replay to see like every epic kill that we got, one of which I even disagree with. The first one was just kind of dumb. Like, if that happened to me, I'd be pissed. Like, how did that, I'm inside the window behind cover, I guess they moved outside of cover a little bit, and I shoot them at this really tough angle at a diagonal that doesn't seem to favor me at all when I'm just trying to duck and crouch through. Okay, I've got a lock on Soulsby. Here she is. We've got a couple of VAT forms in place to protect her, but you'll need to back them up with other units. Charges rigged and ready. Groovy. Tactics, Soulsby can make her own way out. Use your guys to make her some space. Keep those VAT forms functional. We can't, okay, now at least we have some other objective to worry about. We can't get her out without them. Let's go. Use our units to protect Kate Soulsby and make sure she makes her escape from the Nashor base. So where is she? Path, waypoints. You have one unit there attacking, so you're supposed to play this more defensively here, I guess. Okay, that's a shotgunner, which means what exactly? They would just have a shorter range, I guess. I mean, maybe a greater chance of just killing you, obviously, because a lot of these guys are clowns who aren't doing anything. So I don't fully get what we're trying to do. Or these green units are not even mine, I guess. But they're friendly, I would assume. So let me cover like this area with him, I guess. And then we'll go... I'll just keep doing the aim continuously while moving, because it just seems like the most intuitive thing to do. Right, like that's just a natural, normal thing. No, put your guard down while moving and only put your guard up when... Yeah, you might be more accurate, but like, you know, why wouldn't you just always have your guard up? So we have that one, and then we'll go... I don't know what this guy should really even do. Let's go maybe by the window. And so we'll go there and just stay on alert there, kind of watching the outside. And then also you get to I'm gonna end up shooting one of my own units. Like, is there friendly fire if I accidentally do that? Like there. So now here we go here, take that off. And then we go, see, now is that still on though? It is. It makes it seem like you're canceling it somehow when you're doing that. So there's not very many enemy units at all, even unless more come in. So let's go maybe down to here. Now I keep acting like, oh, you have to move somewhere within that blue, but you don't. I don't know if you could even squeeze through there. Let's kind of test this whole idea. So we'll go to there, and then we'll just sit with the sweep. I'm just gonna sweep cheese through the whole thing. And then we get to go kind of, maybe we'll go in the up direction a little bit towards this guy here. Go like right here and just do this. That music is pretty sick, actually. We'll go here with the sweep. And that should be fine. So just to be clear, this guy's going there and sweeping. This guy's going there, but I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. I assume he's doing the same thing. I think we're fine. Your squad is still awaiting orders. How could we have more than that? Unless the green ones are mine. Oh, it must be the one at the bottom here. I didn't move. This guy's just kind of chilling. So here, we'll just go like to the exit of the doorway and wait there. It's making it seem like it's a lot more scary than what it is, because there's only 2 enemies, unless there's more that are going to come out. Or we're going to lose to some other sort of failure state condition where they'll destroy some objective, even if they don't, even if we don't actually win. Or like even if we don't actually die, like all our units don't die, but they destroy some objective. So that's kind of good. I guess he was just running out in the open. I was in a good position. I can't help but feeling this could have been better organized. How is it better organized? You see, this is why we need an ops commander, to whine at me when there's more important things going on. Keep plans, that's fine. We killed one of the 2 things. Like, I don't know what more you want, dude. This is actually a lot better than I would have thought it is, though. Like, I just don't understand some of the strategy to it. Like, what is the... I don't know, maybe I should have looked at the other advanced tutorial too. Aiming decreases unit speed, but increases reaction. So like, in what situation should you do each of these things? Like, let's try to just rationalize it on its own. Right, when would you want to do this? When you're in a position where they're going to be rushing towards you, right? So for example here, let's use an example. We'll go here and then aim, because he'll be going towards me, right? You'll be aiming at that point, let's say, hypothetically. Then this guy, I mean, it doesn't matter either, because there's only one dude. Like, I don't know what we're trying to do. This seems like so unfair to them that it almost seems like a joke. Is there something, there must be some other objective we're trying to do. But there's nothing else on the map unless you're trying to go like to there. The green, or you're trying to basically escort her, I guess. So yeah, we kill 1 out of 2 enemies in the first turn and she's already bitching. Like, what the fuck? This could have been better organized. So let's just keep moving in this general direction. We will do whatever, sweep, and then we will also do this guy moving in that general direction. Now we're gonna get a surprise ambush spawn like Fire Emblem from behind us, and just that'll clown us all the way. So we go here. I don't fucking know what's even going on, really, because... Okay, we'll go here.
System primed.
We should be fine, because there's only the 1 enemy that I see. Maybe I'm taking it kind of too lightly because of that. But these first 2 levels have been really easy, which is fine. Outcome turn 2. So I'll also say I'm not allowed to, like, go back and change the outcome, because that's kind of cheating. Right? If you're gonna die, you just die. Some of what they're doing I don't understand though. Why didn't this guy move? Like, incoming new hostile tactics, be careful. Okay, so at least, yeah, I was actually right. There is an ambush spawn. Now, something I'm just not getting. Like, I told him to move there. No, I guess I didn't tell him to move there. I told him just to aim there. So maybe I'll say, okay, well, this fucking guy, man. We'll move here, right? And then we'll aim like there. Now, you won't be able to necessarily hit him, but you're in the right general idea to try to do that. Then this guy can also come around in generally that same way and try to do something similar. We'll try to sweep from there, which makes it seem like you can hit that guy, but I'm just sometimes not sure. So there's a shotgunner there. Now this guy will solo and take care of the clown at the top. Right, so in what strategic way could we possibly do that, I wonder? We'll go to here in the doorway and we will aim. Right, so you'll be covering this angle 100%. The only way he could juke me, I guess, is if he comes down from there, then I'll be caught out. Right, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Like, I'll be committing to that, like, hardcore. Maybe that's not a good play, actually, because which way might he go? Adjust this sweep. Wait, whose sweep is that? Yeah, actually, that's hard to say because you can't guess which way he's going to go. So you can't really cover both doorways. You just have to commit and accept one. But I guess you won't be able to move maybe that far. So maybe it is okay. Go here and then just do the aim and do it there. So you're committing hard to this doorway. You should be fine if he goes through there. And the other one, I'll assume he can't make it that far. And then what else do we have? We have this one. Kind of keep escorting these green guys here. Shotgunner awaiting orders. Wait, which... Sometimes hard to keep track of which unit have I given an order to and which have I not. That one's done something. That one's doing something, I guess. Although, I don't know why it's like doubling up some of these things. This guy's fine. This guy can move wherever you want. Like, let's try to go maybe in the other direction a little bit. And we'll just sweep. When you're not sure what to do, I guess you can just sweep. Or in that case, I'm still aiming. I kind of misclicked it, but whatever. So which one has not moved? This guy here doesn't seem to have moved. So he can go down a little bit. We're kind of all clumping up in the same general area, though. So I guess that's fine. Prime this turn. Let's see what happens. But no, it's not only permadeath, but if I lose a level, but also if I don't get to go back, like, or like see stuff. Like, you just have to figure it out in the one try. So even if I'm not happy with the outcome. Oh, he went, what the fuck? Not only did he go farther than I thought, but he went way farther. How did he move? He moved from the top left to all the way to down there. But that new contact is a sniper. Don't want to worry you. I mean, I have no choice but to just deal with this. Okay, now I'm getting a little bit too complacent. So, how the fuck would I deal with that then, I wonder? Enemy sniper. Oh, shit, dude. Now this is getting a little intense. I should have already taken out this fucking shotgunner a long time ago. I was kind of taking it too lightly. So you can seemingly move as far as you fucking want anywhere across the map. And the reason why is because, you know, you just kind of do whatever you want. So if you just move, like, move this guy down, and just try to shoot him from there. Like, wouldn't that be enough? That should be enough. Or wait, why is he doing it from there, though? Just do it from here. Will that be enough? Okay, let's say that's good enough. If the shotgunner gets me, so be it. And then, but it's not like, oh, permadeath, if a single unit of mine dies, then it's over. That wouldn't be fair. I don't know how to really play around the sniper exactly, and this escort quest clown girl is gonna fuck everything up. Let me try to keep going here in this direction. So we'll go like that, and we'll sweep. Kind of in the upper direction, and then on this guy we will try to figure out something with this sniper, but I don't really get it because I guess I could duck. I'll duck through this area with this guy. You get through, like which one can you shoot through? Like basically up to there. So let's go there and we'll duck it. Oh, duck is just like a permanent thing. It's not even doing it like just contextually there. It's just saying he's ducking, period. So we'll do that one for him, and then we'll decide to... who else do we send out? Something I completely guessed wrong with this one. You gotta look at the fucking sniper again. So how do you even approach a sniper like this? Like, we could go through maybe here, and he's kind of still stuck on what he's doing. Why don't we go like there? And then we can... You're not really going to outshoot a sniper, so I don't really get it, but we'll cover those areas there with him, I suppose. Then we can almost go backwards with this dude a little bit. So if you go to here, and if you go to here, then you can look like you're going to aim. And you're going to aim in that general direction, because he shouldn't be able to get at me any other way, I don't think. So you go out here, then you look at his angle of view. I'm sort of out of his angle of view a little bit, it seems like. And then the final one is going to be I I guess that one there was one that I hadn't moved yet. Or I think I did. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I'm just doing random stuff, but it kind of makes sense. But they are at least introducing different enemy types and stuff like the sniper there. So let's see what happens. Turn 4, view outcome. So he killed me there, which almost doesn't make sense because I thought, oh, he killed 2 of mine. He killed 2 of mine. So that was a really bad turn that you almost would want to reverse. I thought I was out of his frame a little bit. Damn. Okay, so we got to give him credit there. And now you're not going to get the... Dial it back a bit. We need those meatheads ambulatory. Yeah, you're going to have to live with your outcome here. So I only have 3 of them left. So this fucking... Yeah, watch my own kill cam that I got shot. This fucking sniper is making me nervous, first of all. If you step out there, you're going to get shot. So I don't get how you're supposed to deal with this guy. I don't know. Like, I'll just wait for him to move and just fucking stand there. I don't know. Like, we'll go... I have to deal with that fucking shotgunner who just domed 2 of my guys, though. One of these guys has to, like, come back. Fuck. Like, I don't understand the advancing point. Like, I keep getting into a position, but then I really don't get how some of these work. Like, his cone of vision is very limited, but he'll also move somewhere, right? So how do I know where he's going to move, and then from where he moves, then where he'll be able to hit? So this one should almost go back. Awaiting orders. So why can't you just like hit him from here? It almost looks like you can, right? Like, from where would you be able to? If I just run through, sometimes they do. You just got to play like Rambo style at times. Like what if I just target him? Targeting. Okay, so just do it then. Like, how hard is it? Like, we'll just start doing that. So now one of these has to come back and deal with this guy. Like, let's go back to here a little bit, and then target him, even though, but see, it's going to be targeting it, but it's not going to adjust to the fact that of where he moves, I don't think, right? I don't know. This guy can maybe just stay there, or I'll have him duck further and just move somewhere else. I don't know how we're gonna get a vantage point on the fucking sniper. That's the thing.
System.
We're just gonna live with the results. This is the whole point, but I'm playing it a little bit carelessly. I got too cocky at the beginning because I thought, oh, this level's gonna be easy because there's nothing there, and then that shotgunner just takes out 2 guys like nothing. You had the clear jump on him. Okay, we already lost. So this shotgunner went up the other way. Right, so we failed the objective more so than anything. Man, those shotgunners are fucking deadly. They just walk out casually. Those fucking clowns don't shoot anything. Like, can't they have a little functionality too? Killed all fucking 3 of them. The biggest thing I didn't get...
You have failed.
Okay, fine. Let's do the other one then. The Luftrausers. Let's view the replay one more time. But this is a pretty cool game. I guess I didn't get how the movement worked, like how far you can go or anything like that. I don't feel like they discussed that in the tutorial, or maybe I should have done the advanced tutorial. Because yeah, like, look how far that fucking shotgun guy went. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that? I don't get it. That first one on the left, like, he took out 2 guys with no repercussions, and then I finally took him out there. You got to get him like from behind, I guess. Right, I kind of was facing things too many times head on. And of course, the real reason why we lose is to a fucking escort NPC, right? Because it's like, I can't go back to the PS menu from this game. That's the one thing I can't figure out. Yeah, that was pretty good though, actually. So that was worth all the trouble getting it to work, even though it wasn't, you know, really the fault of the game. I just didn't even know I had it. Or the one thing I want to see, yeah, I guess maybe that's one limit of the PS4 thing, the PS4 controller. I don't think I can go back to the PS menu. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm on the title screen and then I can't quit. So I would have to, what, restart the system every time? Let me actually look this up. But I'll try that Luftrausers kind of briefly too. We'll start that. Yeah, this will give us a lot of variety. That was kind of, I was playing it kind of too laid back. Like, I didn't think it was going to be, I was even making fun. Like, oh, these levels are so easy. And then I get screwed. How to return to a home menu, PS3. There should be some other way to do it. Press the start button while holding down L1, L2, R2 brings up a manual interrupt menu. Press the start button. L1, L2, R1, R2. That's so dumb because like these games don't normally have a way to go back to the PS menu from them. So it relies on having that button. And even though this PS4 controller is working overall with this, I'm not able to actually do it from here for some reason. So everything else works. Pressing the start button while holding all of those brings up manual interrupt menu. Or maybe you have to hold it down for a certain period of time. It just doesn't seem to be working. How do I access the home screen with the PS4 controller? Or maybe this is a common problem that people have. Why does there always have to be some scuffed element here? But the one element that wasn't scuffed that is entirely my fault is obviously just dying there. That seemed like really cool mechanically. Maybe I was just too impatient to try to learn actually how it works. It is possible to keep in mind the home button on the PlayStation 4 controller will not work. Okay, cool. Inside the PlayStation 3, so what does that mean? You can't exit games. So there's a lot of tutorials about how this guy's wasting the whole time just about how to use it. PlayStation 3, that's all great and everything, but you're not going to have the ability to hit the home button and exit your game. So keep that in mind. Wait, so he's just telling you the other tutorials don't work. Best thing you can do is get a PlayStation 3 controller. What the fuck? That's what kind of tutorial is that? His tutorial is that all the other tutorials don't work. So maybe I'll get my PS3 controller to go back to the main menu, and then I'll use the PS4 controller again to get out of it. Like, can I use both of them at the same time, I wonder? Oh, that is pretty cool, actually. I was able to use both of those at the same time. So you need to keep the PS3 controller around, even if it doesn't work in other ways. You need to keep it around just to be able to use it for the home menu. And now I can use this for everything else, because for some reason the other buttons on there are all kind of confused together. It's not even that they don't work, but they'll be mixed up. Like the X will do the square and the square will do triangle, and it's like just all weird and inconsistent. But that's why when I kept dying in my Red Dead Bounty Hunter series, that was the reason why. Because actually, you know, the buttons were actually fucked up. I was always wondering, every once in a while it would spaz out, but now it's just spazzing out permanently. And now something's going to crash, or it opened Heavy Rain, which I didn't actually mean to open. I just want to open Luftrausers and see what it's like, and just start that. Maybe do the tutorial there. I should have done the fucking advanced tutorial. I swear, the one thing they don't tell you in that game is the movement. Like, they don't tell you how far you move. But that actually seems like an awesome game, so at least I'm glad I had it. Or what I wanted to see also was whether I have... yeah, this I would have done the Taxidermist DLC, but I just can't because, oh, fuck, now I have to use the PS3 controller again. But no, I want to see on the PS Store, actually, whether or not you're able to do, whether Frozen Synapse is on there, because I swear it wasn't. So just to show the point that maybe the only reason why I was able to play it is because I already had it installed on here and I just forgot about it because I probably, you know, when I had first gotten that like 10 years ago, oh, look at this cool free game I got, let me try it. And then I never did, but I just left it on there apparently. I don't know if it's going to fuck it up in some other way that, like, if I have that connected, so it's like wirelessly connected just to be able to go to the home screen. So you keep that next to you. It's such a weird situation. That's not working except for certain buttons. So you use the home button on there. This works in every other way aside from the home button. So, I mean, I can't really complain because it's still cool that the PS4 controller even works with this. Backwards compatible with the PS3 somehow. But yet, obviously... that's just one random limitation that you just can't go to the home screen from it. So you would have to like power off the system every time, which is kind of bad for it, I'm pretty sure. Just like using the power button. So let's see if Frozen Synapse is actually on here, and then we'll just start a couple of minutes of Luftrausers. But I mean, again, if I didn't die, I would have just continued that or left that open. I was just being lazy though. See, I'm not the Permadeath player that I used to be, like with this format that I would always do. Like I would always... maybe take my time a little more. Like, there's no shame in doing the tutorial. In fact, you kind of have to, and that game is fucking complex as hell. Maybe I wasn't expecting it to be anything like what it was. What did we have? We had, oh, just the same thing. I just want to see if it's actually, you might think, oh, how would I have downloaded it? But I guess I didn't download it recently. I had done it at the very beginning when I had first gotten the console, or when I had first gotten PS Plus, because I just forgot about it. Frozen Synapse Soundtrack Edition. Now this is a different one. This is the one that was showing up like on the Vita. Add to cart $24.99. Add to cart $24.99. Yeah, so this will actually show you the version that I have, which still is cool because I'm sure you can still play it in some form, even though. Or wait, my whole capture died too, or maybe it just doesn't show the shop, so as not to dox you, unlike Nintendo stuff. But no, the only ones that show up here are these, which I would first of all have to buy, and second of all, they're not the same version, and so there's a chance that you might not have ever been able to play it if not for already having it, I guess. You know, if they didn't have this other version for whatever reason. Now we're getting stuck on the PS Store, apparently. For fuck's sake, why does this have to be so scuffed, dude? And I've been using that Voss little portrait for a long time as the avatar. Come on. What the hell is this? It won't let me interact with certain things, like, God damn it. It's understandably probably getting confused. The fact that you have these both, you're trying to use one for one thing and the other for something else. Just kind of randomly. My date and time and everything is wrong on here as well. Fuck's sake, I might have to just do that where I just like reset the console. And it also died on the display capture. But yeah, we'll do Luftbrowsers and then whatever else is on there. And most of the things are not going to be on here anyway, right? Like these are just because these are the earliest ones I got, so a lot of the stuff was still on PS3 at that time because the PS4 wasn't even out or it had just come out or whatever. I forget when it even came out, probably like the end of 2014 or maybe it was around that same exact time. Maybe it was the end of 2013. So then I was suckered into getting a PS3 just to play GTA 5 on there because there wouldn't have been, even if the PS4 did come out then, you wouldn't have been able to play it, right? I don't think on PS4 right away. It would have taken them a while to release it there, or maybe not. I don't really know. But then why wouldn't people just wait to buy it on there? So it's like a bait in three senses. They would bait you into buying the PS3 in like September or whatever of 2023 to be able to play GTA 5, and then they'll bait you into buying a PS4 to play it on there a few months later if it came out then, and then they'll bait you into buying it on the PC to play it on PC in beginning of 2015. So you'll sell not only 3 copies of the game, but you'll sell 2 different consoles to be able to do it too, assuming that that's, you know, because you can't wait those 2 months, but you're going to buy a PS4 anyway, so you buy a PS3, assuming you don't have one like me, and then you'll buy it just to be able to play that one game, and then you won't even play it all the way through, because I got bored of it around that mission at the docks with Trevor or whatever, and then from there, you know, you obviously, maybe I won't even look at it, but I kind of want to just test this to see. This has been like a logistical nightmare, just to try to get all of these things to work. Just it always cracks me up using the splitter and all these different things. I got like 3 HDMI cables. I guess I could show it now that I actually do have a webcam, but I don't really even want to. Just like you have 3 HDMI cables, you have a splitter, you have the PS3, you have 2 different controllers, you have all these different things just to get it to work.